Online physics class conducted by BPS Convent School, Lachmangarh. Today we are going to discuss the mirror formula. First of all, we are going to take the formula by using a concave mirror and by using the real image. So, now the next topic is mirror formula. What is a mirror formula? Mirror formula is a relation in between object distance u, image distance v, and focal length of the mirror f. A relation between u, v and f is called mirror formula. So, ray diagram is needed. First case is with the concave mirror. Say this is our concave mirror. This is the principal axis. Say this is the pole. This is focus. And this is center of curvature of this mirror. Object is beyond center of curvature. Say this is the object. Some ignited candle is this object. This arrowhead is for the flame of the candle. And this is the base. Name it A, B. B is the base of this candle and A is the flame of this candle. So, A, B is the object which is placed beyond the center of curvature of this concave mirror. Now, take two rays. One ray is directly going through this center of curvature point. Say this is the incident ray. And since this incident ray is passing through the center of curvature, therefore this ray is incident on the concave mirror at an angle equal to 0. Therefore, it will be reflected back in the same direction towards the center of curvature again, because reflection angle will also be 0. So, reflected beam will also pass through the center of curvature point C. Now, say some ray is directly incident on this pole point. This is the incident beam. I am assigning this beam double arrow so that you can distinguish in between these two rays. This is the first ray assigned with a single arrow returning back towards the same line, and second ray which is represented by this double arrow line AP directly incident on the pole point. We know that if this angle is I, then the reflection angle must also be equal to I. So, the reflected beam will go at the same angle on which this ray is incident. So, this will be the reflected beam, and the intersection point of these two rays will be the image point of this point A. We term this point as A dash. Now, the ray which is going towards pole point from this B base will be reflected back again towards the center of curvature point. Why? Because this ray is again normal on the mirror also. Any ray which is passing through center of curvature point is always normal on the mirror. So it will return in the same line. So we'll get base points image, B image, take a vertical line, and this point will be the image of B, means call it B dash. So this will be the real image of AB object at A dash B dash in between center of curvature and focus point. This is the focus of the mirror. Now the distances involved. First distance involved is the focal length, distance between F point and P point. This is focal length small f of the mirror. Then involved distance is this B dash to P point distance. This is the image distance, call it V, small v. And this distance B to pole point P, this distance, call this U, object distance. And the fourth distance involved is center of curvature to pole distance, that is radius of curvature of this mirror. So this distance is from C to P, and call it radius of curvature R. So this is the ray diagram we'll use to derive this mirror formula. I am repeating it again. This PI is a concave mirror. It's this side, this hatching side is completely opaque, this side is completely reflecting and smooth. CFP is its principal axis. We have taken an object which is lying beyond center of curvature point. Let the object be AB. Let the center of curvature of this mirror is C. Let the focus of this mirror, principal focus of this mirror is capital F. We take two rays. First ray is directly incident towards the center of curvature. So it will be reflected back towards the center of curvature, because whatsoever ray is going through center of curvature of the mirror will always incident normally on the mirror. Therefore, that ray will be reflected back in the same direction. So ACI is incident beam, and this will be reflected back in the same direction, means ICA is the reflected beam. This is the first beam. Second ray is directly incident on the pole P. So whatsoever angle this incident ray, second ray makes with the principal axis will be the angle in between this principal axis and this reflected beam. So the reflected beam will reflect at the same angle on which it is incident. Let the reflected ray is PA dash. So AP is second ray incident on the mirror and PA dash is the second reflected ray. These two reflected rays, that is single arrowed and double arrowed rays, intersect each other at point A dash. So A dash will be the image position of point A. Now we take the third ray, which is along the principal axis and passing through the base of this object AB. Since it is passing through the center of curvature point, so it will be reflected back again, and the image of B point will be B dash. If we draw a perpendicular line A dash B dash, then A dash B dash will be the real image of AB object. The distances involved are, this F is focal length of the mirror, that is the distance between P and F. V is the image distance, that is the distance between P and B dash. This is object distance, distance between P and B, and this is radius of curvature of the mirror, distance between P and C. Now we'll use similar triangle theorem. If two triangles are similar to each other, then the corresponding side ratios will be equal in that triangles. This is a 10th class theorem and we will use here to derive the mirror formula. So there are two pairs of similar triangles. One pair is this triangle ABC and A dash B dash C are similar. Why similar? These are opposite angles, these are right angles, so the third angles must be equal, therefore all angles are equal, therefore these two triangles are similar. Likewise, this triangle, larger triangle ABP, and this smaller triangle A dash B dash P are also similar. Why similar? This angle is equal to this angle due to the reflection laws. This is right angle, this is right angle, so equal. Third angle is automatically equal. Therefore, all the three angles of this triangle is equal to all the three angles of corresponding angles of this triangle. Therefore, these two triangles are again similar. So one pair is these two triangles and another pair is these two triangles. We will use these pairs of triangles, similar triangles, and derive the mirror formula. So first of all, take these two triangles, right angle triangle ABC and triangle A dash B dash C. A dash B dash C are similar. Therefore, what will happen? You may say that AB by A dash B dash, AB by A dash B dash is equal to what? CB dash, CB dash in this triangle, and corresponding side in this triangle is CB divided by CB. Getting it? So this is the first equation raised from the similarity of these two triangles. Now take these two triangles similar, since right angle triangle ABP and triangle A dash B dash P are similar, therefore in this triangle take AB, A dash B dash, AB divided by A dash B dash is equal to what? Interested sides are these horizontal sides, which is B dash P, BP divided by B dash P. So this is the second equation. From these two pairs of right angle triangles which are similar, we reach these two equations. Taking the ratio of corresponding sides, we reach to equation 1 by taking these two triangles similar, and we reach this equation by taking these two triangles similar. Now, if you look on the left hand sides of these two equations, you find that these two sides are exactly equal. So the right hand sides must be equal. So you can say that from equation 1 and 2, we get what we get. It is CB dash by CB is equal to BP by B dash P. AB, A dash B dash, this AB corresponding is CB. AB corresponding is CB, and A dash B dash corresponding is CB dash. So it is B dash here in the denominator. Now this is our equation by comparison of these two equations. CB by CB dash, BP by B dash P. Now B dash P is defined value, it is V, so there is no need to change this. BP is also defined value U, so there is no change to change. There is no need to change BP also. Now CB dash is not defined, so we will turn this CB dash distance in the form of these four defined distances. So we may write this CB dash distance as CP minus B dash P. This CP is defined, CP is R, and this B dash P is defined, B dash P is V. So when you deduce these two lengths, you will get CB dash distance. Likewise CB is also not defined in the terms of U, V, F and R. So we will change this distance as BP minus CP. BP minus CP means what? U minus R. So in the next step, through the ray diagram, we can say that this is CB. CB is what? CB is PB minus PC. PB minus PC divided by CB dash. CB dash is what? PC minus PB dash. PC minus PB dash is equal to PB divided by PB dash. There is no change. If you write BP or PB, there is no change. The distance remains the same magnitude wise, but since we are going to measure all the distances from this pole, so pole point is the first point and the second point is the destination point. So we are writing this BP as PB and B dash P as PB dash. This equation is through the ray diagram. Through the ray diagram, you can write this equation. Now put the values along with their proper sign in this equation. You can write this equation as PB. PB is what? This is U, and going towards the opposite direction of the incident ray. So this is minus U. PB is minus U. Minus PC. PC is this distance R, and again we are moving opposite to the light propagation direction. So it is again negative. Minus R divided by what? PC. PC is minus R again. Minus PB dash. PB dash is V, and this is again opposite to the light propagation direction, so negative. So it is again negative V. On the right hand side it is PB. PB is minus V, and PB dash, this distance is V, and PB is U. Sorry, this distance is PB. PB is U, so put minus U, and this is minus V. Now rearrange this equation by using R equal to 2F. We have just derived the relation between focal length and radius of curvature, that is R equal to 2F. So we will use in place of R 2F and rearrange this equation. So you will get what? Minus U plus R minus R plus V equal to these minus cancels out, so U by V, or cross multiply, you can say this is minus UV plus RV equal to minus UR minus UR plus UV plus UV. Transfer this UV on the right hand side, transfer this UR on the left hand side. This becomes positive on the right hand side, and this becomes positive also on the left hand side. So you will get what? You will get RV plus UR equal to UV plus UV. This becomes twice UV, put 2F in place of R, so you will get this equation, or 2F into V plus U 2F is equal to 2UV. 2UV. Now 2 is common on both of the sides, so cancel it out, and reference is, since R equal to twice F, we have used the relation in between radius of curvature and focal length, and divide this equation with U into V into F. So here you will get FV divided by UVF plus here is UF divided by UVF equal to here is UV divided by UVF again. So dividing this whole equation with UVF, we get this equation. Now cancel the terms which are same in numerator and denominator. FV, FV, UF, UF, UV, UV. Remaining terms are what? Here it is 1 by U, here it is 1 by V, and here it is 1 by F. So you will get the equation 1 by U plus 1 by V equal to 1 by F. This is the required relation, which is called mirror formula. 1 by U plus 1 by V equal to 1 by F. A relation between object distance, image distance, and focal length of the mirror is called mirror formula. So this is equation number 1, 2, and this is 3. This equation is third equation. So this is the derivation in the case when image is real and we have taken a concave mirror. Now again we will derive the same relation, but the image will be virtual and the mirror will be again concave mirror. So the same relation, again we are going to derive this mirror formula. We will need again a ray diagram. So first of all we will draw the ray diagram. In this ray diagram the image will be virtual one, imaginary. Mirror formula derivation again. Now the image will be virtual and enlarged. So ray diagram needed will be like this. Take the concave mirror. This hatching side is completely opaque, silvered, and this side is completely reflecting. Take the principal axis. This is the principal axis. Call this point P and extend this principal axis behind the mirror, because now the image will be imaginary, virtual. Say this is the focus point and this is the center of curvature point. This point is C, this point is F. Now the image is inside the focus, in between focus and pole point. You know very well that whenever image lies in between pole and focus of the mirror, means lying inside the focus of the mirror, then the image formed is virtual and enlarged and erect. So say this is the object. Call this object AB. This point is A, this point is base of the candle B. Now, one ray is directly passing from this center of curvature point. So ray is going like this, extend this ray behind the mirror also. So this is the first incident ray. Since this ray, after extending behind, it is passing through the center of curvature point, therefore this will be reflected back along the same direction, because this is the normal direction of the mirror. Call this point I. This is I point, this point is I. Take the second ray, which is directly incident on the pole. So this is the second ray, directly incident on the pole, and due to the reflection laws, if this angle is incidence angle, then the reflection angle will also be of the same amount. This is the reflected beam, and if you extend this reflected beam behind the mirror, then it intersects this first ray at this point. Call this point A dash, and if you take this third ray, which is incident from this base of this candle B point towards the pole, since this ray is also passing through the center of curvature point C, therefore this will be reflected back in the same direction, in this direction, and if you extend this, then you will get the image of B point here. So this will be the image point of B. This is the arrowhead. So this will be the ray diagram needed in this case. We have taken again a concave mirror, but now this image is virtual behind the mirror. Rays are not actually passing through this image, and this image is erect with respect to this object, and this image is enlarged now. It is larger in size than the object size. Now what are the distances involved? As usual, the distance in between F point and P point is called the focal length of the mirror. This is the focal length. This distance C to P, this distance C to P is the radius of curvature R. Since we are taking this R as radius of curvature, so call this R dash. Now third distance involved is the object distance. So it is the distance between B point and P point. So this is the object distance U. And this is image point. So B dash and P distance, this distance is image distance V. So these are the four distances involved in this case. So this will be the ray diagram, and to prove this, as usual, we will take the theorem which is about similar triangles. In this ray diagram, there are two similar triangles. Take this larger triangle, A dash, B dash, C, and A, B, C. Since this smaller triangle is inside the larger triangle, therefore these two triangles are similar. Take these two triangles, one triangle is ABP and another triangle is A dash B dash P. These two triangles are similar. Why similar? Because due to reflection laws, this incidence angle is equal to this reflection angle, and since this angle is vertically opposite to this angle, therefore this angle is also equal to this I angle. So these two angles are equal, these are right angles, third angles must be equal automatically. Therefore in this triangle and in this triangle, all the three angles are equal, therefore these two triangles are similar. So one pair is ABP and A dash B dash P. Another pair is ABC and A dash B dash C. These two pairs are of similar right angle triangle. We will make use of the theorem and will derive the mirror formula in this case. So for proof, since triangle ABC and triangle A dash B dash C are similar, therefore we can write AB by A dash B dash, AB divided by A dash B dash will be equal to, in this triangle it is CB, CB, and in that triangle it is B dash C, CB by CB dash, CB dash. So this is the first equation from these two right angle triangle which are similar, and since triangle, which triangle, ABP, ABP and triangle A dash B dash P, triangle A dash B dash P are similar, therefore take the same ratio on the left hand side. So AB divided by A dash B dash, AB divided by A dash B dash is equal to what? Is equal to, in this triangle related interested side is this distance. This distance is BP and this distance is B dash P. So PB divided by PB dash. This is the second equation raised from the theorem of similar triangles. So on looking these two equations, we see that the left hand sides are exactly equal, therefore right hand sides must equal. Therefore we can write CB divided by CB dash equal to PB divided by PB dash. So from equations 1 and 2, from equations 1 and 2, we get what we get? We get CB by CB dash, CB by CB dash is equal to what? PB by PB dash, PB by PB dash. Now these two sides are in the form of standard lengths. This PB is U and this PB dash is V. So there is no need to change these lengths. But the left hand side lengths are not in standard form. So we want to change this left hand side. So we can write this equation as follows. So we may say that this CB can be written as PC minus PC minus PB. PC minus PB, you are with CB. Okay. CB dash, C and B dash. CB dash, so this is equal to R plus V. You can write directly or you can break up it. So it is PC plus PB dash. CB dash is equal to PC plus PB dash. So it is PC plus PB dash. CB can be brought in the form of PC plus PB dash. When you add PC with PB dash, you get CB dash. On the right hand side, things are in the form of standard length. So write it as it is, PB divided by PB dash. Now write the lengths with their usual signs. So it is PC. PC is minus R. I am writing this here. Or PC is minus R because going opposite to the incidence direction, light propagation direction. So PC is minus R. This is minus already here PB. PB is again going opposite to the light incidence direction. Therefore, minus U divided by what? PC again, so it is minus R plus PB dash. PB dash is going towards the light propagation direction, so it is positive, and this is V. So it is positive V equal to PB. PB is U and going opposite to the light propagation, therefore minus U, and PB dash going towards the light propagation direction, therefore positive V. So this equation turned into the standard lengths like this. Now cross multiply and then put R equal to 2F. So you can say this equation can be written as minus RV minus RV minus minus plus UV equal to, this is minus minus plus UR, and plus into minus becomes minus UV. Shift this UV on this side becomes positive, shift this RV on this side becomes positive. So you can say that UV, and this is again plus UV equal to UR already in the right hand side, and transfer this, so this becomes RV. So you get, this is twice UV, put this value R equal to 2F, R equal to 2F. So you get twice UV equal to U into twice F is equal to, sorry, plus twice f into v, since r equal to 2f. This formula we had derived already. Cancel 2 by dividing the whole equation with 2. You will get uv plus uf plus fv, and divide the whole equation with u into v into f. So you can write this equation as uv divided by u into v into f is equal to uf divided by u into v into f plus fv divided by u into v into f. Cancel the terms which are same in numerator and denominator. So uv, uv, uf, uf, fv, fv. Remaining terms are 1 by f here, 1 by v here, 1 by u here. So you get ultimately 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. This is the mirror formula. Put this number 1, 2 and 3. This is the third equation, and this equation is the required mirror formula, which is the same as the last case when the image was real and inverted. Now the same concave mirror is used, but the image is erect and virtual. Since we have placed the object inside the focus, means in between the pole and focus points. Getting it? So this is the topic, mirror formula. We have derived this mirror formula in the case of concave mirror, and by two different ray diagrams, one in which the image was real and inverted, and this one in which the image is virtual and erect. Tomorrow we will derive the same mirror formula, but by using this concave, instead of this concave mirror, we will use convex mirror. And you know very well that convex mirror always frames virtual images. You can't frame real image through convex mirror. So we will derive the same mirror formula tomorrow. So repeat this and go through the long answer type questions. There are two only. One is a relation between focal length and radius of curvature. Second one is this mirror formula. Thank you very much.